Hello, how are you guys? Hopefully you're doing great. So, today I'm going to be informing you about Geisha Williams. And by the looks on your faces, I can tell you don't even know who that is. So, in this speech, I will be informing you about Geisha Williams, who she is, what she does, and how it's like having her career. So, to start off, I'm going to tell you that Geisha Williams was the first Latina woman to own a $500 Fortune electric gas company. We all don't start out wealthy. It comes with hard work. In this world, education is very important. And being educated and recognizing people who help us in this world should be acknowledged. Geisha Williams is someone who understands the importance and freedom of this corrupt system. She understands freedom in the corrupt system. I will be discussing who Geisha Williams is, her background before she was president of CEO of Electric Gas Company, how she became what she is today, and how it's like having her actual career. So Geisha Williams is originally from Cuba. She spent the first 5 years of her life with her family there. Her family gave her a chance to remember her childhood as being very good, even though it wasn't. They struggled a lot. The Money Inc. provided me with these facts about Geisha. The Money Inc. is the article's name. When Geisha was 5, her parents moved to the United States and got a place in Florida near Miami. When her parents came to the U.S., they had no place to live, no job, and didn't have food to eat most of the time either. But that didn't stop them from being happy. They were free from the political corrupt system that they were dealing with in their country back home in Cuba. Geisha's father represented a good model. He showed her that hard work pays off in the end and nothing comes easy. He was working multiple jobs, and they would be odd jobs. Like he would be a busboy, a dishwasher. He would just pick up random jobs to make money. And it wasn't too long before they started to live like a normal life like the people around them, like having food, having a place to live, and having clothes on their backs. She saw that when you work hard, anything is possible. If you're willing to work hard, you will get what you want. From her father presenting this image, it's a lesson that she remembered for her entire life. Eventually, they opened up their own grocery store, and this is where Geisha learned to do math. She was the cashier at the grocery store, and once she was giving change back, she started to learn math that way. Geisha and her mom used to alternate shifts, so when Geisha would come back home from school, her mom would let her take her shift, and the mother would go home, cook for the family, and clean up. And a CEO is a forced learner to constantly guide or redirect a company. He or she is an entrepreneur and has more hands-on. CEOs are responsible for success or failure of a company. They're always trying to make it better. Geisha Williams went to a university in Miami. She graduated as having an engineer degree. She went to work for a local engineer company. At this company, Geisha stated from the article I read, she said she had a good fortunate for working for this person who ended up being her life mentor for her entire life. One day he asked Geisha, what are your long-term goals? And she didn't know. She's like, I would like to maybe be a manager or supervisor someday. He's like, no, I mean long-term. At the time, she was thinking that she wanted to be like something bigger, but she doubted herself. Why did she doubt herself, you must ask? Because most of the time, women didn't run companies, let alone an immigrant run a company. So she was doubting herself when he asked her that. But he looked at her and said, Geisha, somebody like you has to run this company someday. And he's like, why not you? When he told her this, she started doing her research and noticed that most of the people that were running like big companies had their engineer degree, just like she did. And she thought to herself, yeah, why not me? The industry was very male dominant. Even when she was going to school, she said all her classmates were boys, but that didn't stop her from working hard. Soon after, board chose her to be CEO president. Geisha took over president and became president from March 17 to January 13, 2009. And Time.com presented me with that fact about her and her mentor's story about that. So on April 16, 2003, there was gunshots fired, several damaged substations in Montclair in the San Jose area. Since that time, P&G has been partnering up with federal, state, and local agencies to enhance the security of more than 800 across the substations for Northern and Southern California. They currently sat down with Geisha Williams to discuss what their company is doing to keep it safe and to keep it protected after those gunshots fired. It was definitely a wake-up call. And it was a game changer as well, because then they started to be more on top of their game of protecting their company. So she followed up with the attack and brought in security guards that worked for the law enforcement. After they were able to recover from this, they hired physical security guards. They looked around to make sure everything was okay and everything was good, and no one would be able to do this again. So they were really on top of like security and making sure that no one could do this again to their company. Geisha Williams helped electrical gas companies who had an incident. She made sure everything was safe. Williams is always working on companies to make them better. As I said in the beginning, it's always making them better. And if she fails, she just keeps trying to make it better and better. Without CEO, many electrical companies will not be managed correctly or be in the right structure at all. CEO presidents would be endangered. CEO companies would be endangered to wildfires and shortages and many more. Being educated on people who should be recognized is important. Geisha Williams is a strong, caring person that helps the United States. So hopefully from this, you learned about Geisha Williams' background before becoming CEO president, how she became what she is today, and lastly, what it's like being a CEO. Hopefully after this speech, you can be educated about Geisha Williams, because the looks on your faces in the beginning of the video when I said Geisha Williams, you guys looked clueless. So now hopefully you can walk away from